starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining us wherever you are today. I am glad we're here together for another amazing story. Thank you so much for being here, and indeed thankful to have this week together for more Story Time. Welcome, and I'm glad you're here with me. It has been a lovely weekend on my end. I hope that yours was a good one too. Thank you for being here, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you. We're bringing back some favorites this week, but also introducing you to new books, as we will be looking at embracing diversity. As we know, like right now it is Pride Month, so that is one of the things that we'll be focusing on this month. We'll be reading books related to Pride, and of course we'll be looking at some endangered species, some animals that we need to help out. What can we do to help out our friends? So indeed we'll be looking at that as well. Thank you so much for joining in, and just observing our world. Starting off with today's book, which is called What Color is Night? This one coming to you from Grant Snider, written and illustrated by Grant Snider, and we're reading it with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining in, and welcome to Storytime. As you may remember, this has been read quite a few times here on Storytime, and we've loved it every single time. Thank you so much for joining in, and welcome. Please, as always, let me know where you're joining in from, and of course who is joining in with you, and so we can say hi to you. Thank you so much for being here. You can always find Storytime. If you miss us on the weekend, you can always find Storytime at storytimewithmrlimada.com. You can also find us on Facebook as well as YouTube at Storytime with Mr. Limada. And you can also follow us on Instagram so you know what's coming and what's up ahead for sure. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, you can always check the events page on Facebook to see what's happening. Thank you so much for joining in, and glad we're here together. Today, for me, I was just thinking before coming on that I think today what's made my day is waking up, making a smoothie that I've been craving, and also just being able to have, I had leftover beignets, so I was able to warm them up and have that. So that started my morning off really well. And what is it today that is making your morning? What is it today that has made your day? If you're on in other parts of the world where it is already later in the day today, what is it that has made your day? What is it that is making your morning? For me today, the smoothie, just great way to start, fresh way to start the day, and of course leftover beignets warmed up with chocolate. I wouldn't have asked for a better start. And of course being here with you all today on Storytime. So thank you so much for joining in. Glad we're here together. Let us see who is with us this morning, ready to enjoy Storytime. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you, Jessica and Ali Amin. Thank you for joining us out in Washington. I am glad you're here. Ali Amin, we're saying your name first today. Thank you so much for joining in, and welcome to Storytime. Jessica as well, thank you for being here. I hope that you had a lovely weekend, and I hope that you have a great week ahead. ahead. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome. Thank you so much indeed. Sending back all the love to you as well. Thank you for being here and welcome. I hope you are well wherever you are. Please let us know you're here so we can say good morning to you. And of course, if you're joining us for the recordings later at 11 a.m. Pacific time or indeed any other time, please remember to just leave us a message so we know you were here, and indeed we will say hi to you and your loved ones. Thank you so much for joining in. Sarah and Nathan, how are you doing today? Out in bright and blue, but expecting rain soon, Illinois. Oh, I love it. I'm glad that you have this bright and blue right now. Enjoy it. And of course, rain weather means reading, more cozy corners to find and read. So enjoy it. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for sharing how it is where you are. Always a pleasure to see you here. Good morning to you, Amanda West, and of course, Jamie as well, saying hello to you. Thank you for joining us on Storytime. I hope that you had a good weekend. I am glad that you are here with us this morning for Storytime. Thank you so much for joining in. Please stay dry out there as the rain comes your way. Thank you so much for joining us. Good morning to you, Pamela Courtney. How are you doing today? And of course, Braylon and Chad out in Nakitosh, Louisiana. Thank you so much for joining in. Is there such a thing as leftover? I bought quite a few. I couldn't go through them. So yeah, I think it is actually the first time I have leftover beignets, but there is. As of today, there is. Chomping on breakfast yourselves, prepared. Oh, thank you, Auntie Anne. Thank you for feeding the crew. Thank you so much for joining in. Welcome, Braylon, Chad, Auntie Pam, and of course, Auntie Anne. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. A very good morning to you. I hope that you are having a lovely time out there. What a way to start, of course. Breakfast, and it sounds I know that there's delicious food that comes from out there. So thank you so much for joining in, and good morning to you. Absolutely appreciate you. I hope you had a lovely weekend, and thank you for being here with us on Storytime. And I hope that we have a lovely week together, and of course I hope that you have a lovely week in everything else that you will be doing. Thank you for being here and welcome. We do have a book coming back to Storytime, this time not too long ago, but it is back here on Storytime, and this one is called What Color is Night? And this one is written and illustrated by Grant Snider, and we're reading it with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining in, and welcome. Thank you, Jessica, and of course, Ali Amin, for all the love, sending it right back to you as well. Thank you for being here. Let's get started with our story on the other side of this short message. On this other side of this message coming to you from Zita Elliott. Thank you so much for joining in. I got distracted by one of the messages that came in. Thank you. I will see you in a little bit.
Hi, my name is Zeta Elliott, and I am the author of 40 books for kids, including Dragons in a Bag and A Place Inside of Me. You're watching Storytime with Mr. Lamata.
Thank you, Zita Elliott. Of course, welcome back to Storytime. Thank you for being here. I am glad we're here together, and we do have a wonderful story to start off our day, or indeed to end your day, depending on where you are. What color is night? And I love that this one encourages us to observe and look at our world. And maybe if you didn't the past few days, weeks, months, maybe today after reading this one, when night comes today, you will be a little more observant, looking at what's around you. What sounds do you hear? What colors do you see tonight? Thank you so much for joining in. All right, here we go. This one coming to you from Grant Snider, and it is called What Color is Night? It's written and illustrated by Grant Snider, and we're reading it with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Here we go. And just a fun fact about Grant Snider, he's actually from Kansas, and he's a dentist out there. He's a dentist out in Kansas. And just thought I should share that. What color is night? Coming to you from Grant Snider and Chronicle Books of San Francisco. What color is night? Is it only black? What do you think? What color is night? Is it only black and white? Or are there other things? What have you observed? Look closer. What do you see? And it is indeed what we're encouraging you to do this week. Look closely at that nighttime. What do you see? What do you observe? The night is blue with black shapes and lines. And a big yellow moon beginning to rise. Doesn't look quite as yellow on that. That is yellow on the book. And a big yellow moon beginning to rise. The park aglow with gold fireflies. Can you see the fireflies? Yeah. The park aglow with gold fireflies. The silver streak of a train rolling by. Do you have a train that rolls nearby you? There's one very close to me. I can't always see it, but I can definitely hear it. The silver streak of a train rolling by. Fat brown moths dancing in yellow streetlights. Fat brown moths dancing in yellow streetlights. The city lit up with neon red signs. The city lit up with neon red signs. What signs do you remember from your city? What signs are lit up in your town? For me here, close to me, for sure, the Fox Theater is always lit up. You can see the sign from a long way off. Yellow headlights on a dark country road. Yellow headlights on a dark country road. Doesn't help if I'm covering them up, is it? Yellow headlights on a dark country road. What else can you see? A nighttime visit. A green-eyed glow. Who's that? What's that? Nighttime visit. A green-eyed glow. Hello. The white moon twice. A still blue pond. Oh. 1,000 silver stars spilled across the sky. How much of the stars can you see in your neighborhood? A 1,000 silver stars spilled across the sky. One last orange window. Houses of black. Was that one still up? Are they reading? I wonder why they're still up. One last orange window. Houses of black. The gray face of a clock. A midnight snack. Can't beat that. The gray face of a clock. A midnight snack. And there, in a sky of indigo, all the night's colors in one moon ball. It is a beautiful sight, isn't it? And there, in a sky of indigo, all the night's colors in one moon ball. A clear window, a silver moonbeam. A clear window, a silver moonbeam. Pink and purple clouds. Pink and purple clouds. A night of good dreams. A night of good dreams. Oh yes, that's a wish for everybody. And colors unseen. And that is the end. Thank you so much for joining me today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate the time that we spent together. This book definitely calms me down. It is a beautiful one indeed. A good nighttime story, but also a good morning story as well. One to remind us of all the things that we can observe at night. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Yes, our night is not just one color. It's not just one thing. There are many sights, many sounds. And of course, I hope that you do get some time. I hope that you have that time to just relax and observe and listen to all the things that happen at night. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And I hope that you get a chance to observe your own neighborhood. Maybe tonight, just peek out the window and see what is there. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. story time today. So glad we're here together. And indeed, as we continue this week, we'll be looking at books that help us observe our neighborhoods, our surroundings, and also we'll be celebrating diversity as we continue to celebrate Pride Month. And of course, we'll also be looking at some endangered species that we'll be looking at in ways that we can be helpful in our neighborhoods, ways that we can help in our communities to ensure that these animals can live longer. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely glad that we're here together. What color is night? This one came to you from Grant Snider and Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining in today. I hope you enjoyed it. I most certainly did. And I hope that you join us again tomorrow as we bring back a favorite on Storytime. And this one is called Elephants. The Elephants Come Home. Yes, indeed. A story, a true story of 7 elephants, 2 people, and 1 extraordinary friendship. Thank you so much for joining in today. I hope you will join us for this one tomorrow, coming to you from Kim Tomsich and Hadley Hooper. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. Thank you so much. Please, as always, let us know where you are, and indeed, let us know what books you would like to see here on Storytime, and I promise you, I guarantee you, we will work hard to make sure that those stories come here to Storytime. And indeed, it is sometimes it is a harder process, and sometimes it works out quicker. So you might see your books here very, very soon. But please send us recommendations. Let us know what you'd like to see on Storytime, and we'll do our very best to bring them here to Storytime. And also look out, many books coming out right now. I know Chronicle Books have new books out, and so we're hoping to bring all of those to Storytime very shortly. And indeed, Candlewick Press as well. We're looking to bring some more, and Shifa Kids as well. So many books to come to Storytime. Please do look out. And this week we do have a brand new one coming to you from Shifa Kids. Thank you so much for joining us, and welcome to Storytime. Thank you indeed. Pamela Courtney, you say, wow, this book, love the perspectives this book gives us. Just love it. It is indeed a beautiful one. And you know, with Grant Snider, you definitely get that kind of quality, just good writing, and indeed thought-provoking books indeed. Thank you so much for joining in, and thank you for sharing your perspective. Thank you. I absolutely appreciate you. To everybody that joined in Storytime today, this has been Storytime. Happy Monday to you. Welcome. I hope that we have a great week together, and of course, I hope that you have a wonderful day today too. Thank you so much for being here, and yes, I wish you nothing but the very best, and I hope that you enjoy this lovely day, whether you have rain coming your way or whatever the weather brings your way today. I hope that it is indeed a good one. I hope you can still find that cozy corner to sit and read, and also maybe just sit and observe your neighborhood, observe your surroundings. Thank you so much for being here. Sending you love, and I hope to see you again tomorrow when we're back for more Storytime. And as you know, we're bringing back the elephants home, so please do join me for that one. That will be coming to you from Kim Tomsich and Hadley Hooper, and of course, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that Chad, Braylon, I hope that you enjoyed your breakfast. Nathan and Sarah, get ready, get everything that you need. Please do stay dry as the rain is coming your way. Ali Amin in Washington, and of course, Jessica, sending you love as well. Thank you so much for being here. This has been Storytime, and I'll see you again tomorrow for more Storytime. And please, if you do want more Storytime, remember to join us at 11 a.m. Pacific time for a repeat of this one. But of course, you can find so many readings on our archives and so many interviews too. Remember, we've had so many people come to Storytime, and they have shared amazing insight. And I hope that you have some time to check out those conversations that we've had here on Storytime. Thank you so much for being here. Sending you hugs and love. And I will see you again tomorrow for more Storytime. God willing, we're back here 7 a.m. Pacific time. Please visit our Instagram to see what's coming up next. Much love from me. Bye-bye.
It brings to life your favorite stories with his great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start on the reading? We just can't wait to be reading. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some with people. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be